Hello! Finally, I'm back with the videos of the playlist. And yeah, it's been actually a while, and I'm sorry I didn't post them as much as I wanted to be. As you can see here, I'm not in my usual room. I'm in another country actually. You can guess in the comments. It's fine, it's fine. So, yeah, I mean, I've been doing a lot of stuff, especially for Instagram, and then also trading wise. It's been actually very good sessions, and we are reading price really, really well. The only thing I will talk also about more in the video is more maybe the mental part, so maybe uncertainty. But yeah, I mean, it's not the case in this video. So today we're gonna talk about a very, very famous and discuss concept, which is liquidity. So many people have different opinions on liquidity because usually people say, oh, liquidity is stop and buy orders. So usually stop orders to liquidate people out of their positions, and usually they sit below lows or above highs. Which, yeah, it could be true that a lot of buy and stop orders are there, but there is also to remember actually the indicator usually out of some range liquidity, so the orders are usually in between the range. They're not at the highs or the lows. Usually it's in between the ranges, so the most orders are there. But for our concepts, for if you follow ICT concepts, you want to mix with maybe something else, uh, you could say that liquidity could be the targets for highs and lows. So um, what basically I'm saying is that liquidity is basically for me the targets. So but some people call it liquidity. It's very controversial. For me, it's just targets, which is highs and lows, or maybe points of interest. So maybe it could be a high and also a fair value gap near the high or the contrary, and that could be very, very important. So for me, very important targets could be 4 hour highs and lows. Okay, so points of liquidity, you could say, are very important are 4 hour highs and 4 hour lows. You can also apply this to daily and weekly highs and lows, which are very, very important and more powerful. The higher the time frame is, the more powerful technically is the level. So we take the weekly here, weekly high, and then boom, we displace down. So it's very important in your analysis. You have to go through first the higher time frames, then the lower time frames. So for me, also the 50 minutes is very important, especially for main highs and lows. Like in this case, we have a high here, and there's also, you can see here, a 50-minute fair value gap, and see how price here was gonna fill this area of interest, and then boom, displays down. In this case here, we don't have a good example, but usually when you see a fair value gap aligning with the high or low, that could be a very good point of interest. And also the 5 minutes, very, very important. So basically it's very simple. So for me, the concepts of liquidity is very, very discussed and differently, that has different approaches. But for me, I just called areas of interest, and so are targets. So liquidity for me is mainly targets. So what are my targets? 15 minutes unfilled gaps, 4 hour unfilled gap, also 2 or 5. So unfilled for value gaps could be, say, an area of liquidity. Highs and lows, depending on the different time frame, can be 4 hour highs, daily highs, weekly highs, or also hourly, or like 1 minute highs or lows. Like it could be all different time frames. The thing that it's very important that I want you guys to know is that there are so many targets, both to the upside and both to the downside. You have to understand during the day what price action is telling you, what is more likely that we're going to. Okay, so like when we take an area of interest, so like a liquidity or like a high or low, we fill some gaps. You can think that, oh, we can target. It's a very question. It's a sentence that you see all over the place. Target opposing liquidity. So you just take the high, or we just aim for the session low. It's not always the case. People on YouTube and Instagram, whatever, may seem that it's very easy. It's very just price takes a 4 hour high, then we can go to the other 4 hour low, or we can go to New York session low. We take London highs, or we could just aim, or power free accumulation. Yeah, these are all concepts that are useful and can be used, but you need to apply context. That's very important. I think that's the most important thing. In these days there are war news, so you have to adapt. I'm doing also displays to explain concepts, which is technically when you explain concepts the ideal situations. But then I really want to send this message of it's very different. Every day is different. You can know some concepts, but every day could be tricky. So the concept of liquidity could be said in 30 seconds. So it's basically you want to target highs or lows, depending on the different time frame. They can be more or less powerful. Very popular concepts also unfilled gaps or just order blocks. I spoke about them in the previous videos, but of course, tell me if you want like one concept that you really want to know. That could be very important. So, for example, PM high or also lunch high could be a good target, good area of interest. We also have equal highs. So when you have equal highs or equal lows, so that's said, two highs near each other or two lows near each other, that could be a very nice area to target. So I think it was kind of confusing a bit. I just said a lot of stuff that I hope could be useful. I will try to be more precise with the concept I teach about. I'm sure that many people already seen the strategies, the concepts, and everything. I don't want to be a page where I just teach the ideal concepts and then you can just do it by your own, just figure it out. The thing I want it to be is to actually the microphone is not working that much. Whew. I hope the microphone can hear. You can hear the microphone. But yeah, that's about it. I want to be someone that actually you follow during the execution. So the thing I suggest you to just enter the Discord, follow the live streams, and then ask question there. And that's the best thing you could say. So I'll see you in the next video, and thank you for listening.